Hey, we're back. We're back. And this time, the currencies had flipped, right? So last time, this is what we were looking at, right? We had this weekly candle and objective got hit. Took out the high, bam, traded down to the low. And there was also SMT, bullish SMT between the euro dollar and the pound, right? So we have an SMT down here. And then if you look on the daily time frame, right? Let's go back to yesterday. Daily time frame. So we have this SMT right here. And you can see that we had this bearish daily fair value gap, right? And we broke through it. We also closed above this candle, right? So close above higher prices. Close above this bearish daily fair value gap. It becomes a bullish inverse fair value gap, right? So structure has shifted. Right? And then if we look at the 4-hour, we can also see that lows are now being rejected and highs are being broken, right? So order flow has now shifted and we are looking bullish. Also, we can see here, here's a bearish 4-hour fair value gap. We tapped into it. This should have just sent price lower if we were, because if you look back here, right? Let's zoom back. Assuming we're still bearish at this point, this was still a bearish daily fair value gap. And we broke 4-hour, rejected the high, closed below it, creating a 4-hour order block with a bearish fair value gap, tapped into it. If this truly was bearish, this would have just dumped, right? It would have just continued. Should have been no reason why price would go through this. But what happened, if we keep going, boom, we break through this, so we're breaking through 4-hour bearish PD arrays, order block, fair value gap, daily fair value gaps. So order flow has shifted bullish, right? Keep that in mind. So what are we looking at going into today, right? So this was Monday, Tuesday. And you can also see Tuesday completely closed through another bearish daily fair value gap. And this was yesterday, right? So we're showing intentions of going higher, right? So then we mark out today. Follow me along here. And then we go into the 4-hour. Tuesday, Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. All right. So we mark out everything we need. 1, 5, 9, and 1. And then we're going to play all the way till the 9 a.m. candle. All right. Now, what are we seeing at this point in time this morning? Right, what am I looking at? So we're looking for bullish setups today because as I just showed you, on the higher time frames, 4 hour and daily, we're showing a willingness and intentions of going higher. And you can see on these lower time frames that lows are being rejected and turtle soup. So all of these down here are bullish turtle soup, right? And another one. And this was, look at the time, 10 a.m. So if you marked out 9 a.m., boom, takes out bullish turtle soup, rallies. Then we have the 1 a.m. candle from today, Wednesday. London session, turtle soups, Asia low. So if you mark out Asia, right, so we get an idea of what's going on. Asia is from 8, and then we also have it till 12. So this is the Asia range right here. Turtle soup, another bullish turtle soup at Asia. And so what are we looking at going into the 9 a.m. candle? Well, we want to see a low getting turtle souped, right? And if we look at this, what do we have? We have some equal highs, right? Like exactly equal highs. Look right up here, see where it says high? You can check. So if I hover over this candle, look at the high up there, 35490. I'm looking right here. 35490. This candle, 35490. So we have perfect equal highs. And we also have, so we have, let me mark out midnight too. Midnight. 1-8 London session, open, low, turtle soup, below midnight, daily manipulation, high, close, 5 a.m. candle consolidation, leaving equal highs, so it's showing intentions. Bam, that's placed there on purpose. And then for ease of your eyes, so you can see this right here, this section, the 5 a.m. candle, we're going to mark out the low. And all we want to see is 9 a.m. open up, sweep that low, and rally, right? So let's see what happens. 9 a.m. opens here. We'll mark out our 9 a.m. open. And it already started. Also, look, it traded up here. Bam, left another equal highs. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal highs. This is like significant buy side liquidity right here, just being generated. Okay. So 9 a.m. opens. Dips lower. Bam. Turtle soups, taps 12 a.m. Turtle soups this candle. What do we have right here? Another bullish turtle soup. Now, when did I enter this trade? Also, if you go to EU, you can see that there is SMT, right? So correlated assets showing differing structure. We have an SMT right here. And as soon as this candle right here, 5-minute candle, closes above, right, we go through this bearish fair value gap, breaking above this high, showing a change in the state of delivery, CISD. We enter long, right on the close. Stop loss below this low, and targeting, if you look on the 4 hour, what did I target? This is the liquidity that I had in mind. It's a significant swing high. So this is the next target. So if we go down to the 5-minute time frame, this is the target. And then if you measure out the manipulation move with our standard deviations, this is what we're going to look at right here. Now, let me just get rid of that. So basically, that was our entry. And you can see price just takes off, gets our OTE right here. Hold on, let me go back a little bit, right? Some other intricacies that we can look at here. Just as I'm reading this, going through. So we have the buy side liquidity get taken out. The one standard deviation shows a rejection. And if you look at the 15-minute time frame, if you were a pattern trader, what does this look like? Well, to a pattern trader, they see this as a bearish turtle soup, right? And they see this as a Model 1, a bearish order block, right? Pattern traders see that like that. And they would think that's a bearish turtle soup. They would go short right here. Stop loss above the high. Target the lows. But they would be wrong. All right? Because that's not what happens. This right here was just a retracement to equilibrium. 50%. Rallies higher, stopping everybody out. Where did I take my exit? At the 2 to 2.5, right at this candle. I also exited there because tips from my mentor. If this is your target and this is where the manipulator, like the move starts, if you measure it out, 80%, he says 75, but I'm too lazy to add an extra 75 to my fib. So I just use the 80, 79%. So 79% towards my target. Take your profit, because the psychological mind places profit targets in terms of greed. Why did I want that high to get hit? Obviously from technical reasons, but it's a greedy target. So you always want to be cautious of that. When you get a move, you want to take your profits, right? So I exited there for a roughly a 1 to 4 risk reward, right? That was the trade right there. And then you can see the rest of the day plays out. And it doesn't actually reach the target until the next day. Bam. Target hit. All right. So this was the trade for today. 1 to 4 risk reward. Easy ass trade. Easy ass setup if you know what you're looking for. All right. You just keep following order flow. Soup, 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 soup. When the time is right. Equal highs showing intentions. Open, low, high, close. That's why also the pattern traders failed, because this would only be valid if price went there first. Open, high, low, close. But it already dipped below here. Took out this candle's low. Consolidation. London, low of day, 5 a.m. candle consolidation, New York OTE, right? New York OTE. OTE. So these are all just, things you can pay attention to. This is how you read price. This is how you find setups to trade. And if we look at the euro dollar, you can see it had a similar move after the SMT mark out 9 a.m. Open low turtle soup, takes out all these highs, right? Similar situation. But I traded GBPUSD, and that was the setup today. Till next time, I guess.